السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ
وعليكم
بالله من الشيطان.
السلام ورحمة
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري ويشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباع محمد. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. We have been studying the section Yasin, and we studied the people who opposed, what happened to the people who opposed the prophets and rejected his message. And not only rejecting the message, they tried to stop him from spreading the message to others. Even they tried to expel them from their city or from among the people who used to live, who have been living there. And the people were destroyed and punished. We studied what does this mean, how the people or human beings reject the prophet, and when they reject the prophet, how they are destroyed. We said they are destroyed physically or spiritually, depending on the conditions, and also how severe they were, and whether all of them were rejecting the prophet or some of them were rejecting the prophet. Depends according to what they deserve to be treated. God treated them. Now we studied up to here, and 53, verse 53 says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون. The translation, rough translation, of course, is as follows: it will be only a single blast, and at once they are all brought before us. We asked the question here, I asked them, they are all brought before us, and it was a single blast. Of course, at once, فَإِذَا هُمْ, at once, it means فَإِذَا, immediately afterwards, when the single blast happens and something sudden happens, they are destroyed, and they are all brought before us. First of all, why a single blast? Of course, for the creator of the universe, who creates the universe, we know from the witnessing of the universe that he creates the whole universe every time, at every moment, with a single command or will. Because this is, I keep repeating this, I am confident that this is really extremely important for all of us to remember. the universe is renewed at every moment with one will, absolute will. Be like this, be like this. It means the absolute will is really manifesting, prevailing in the existence of the universe that we observe. The one who creates the universe like this, of course, he wouldn't really try to destroy them for a long time and then afterwards he will be successful. No, his power is absolute, infinite, and they are brought before us, before God, the Creator. So the question I raised here for all of us, are we going to be brought before God in the next creation only, or now are we being brought before our Creator at every moment? I mean, from the question, we understand that although we all wonder whether next creation is going to take after we die. That is obvious. We know the people die. But in order to understand that this death, creation of death, can no way be the end of our existence. Why? We continuously experience our existence is given and taken momentarily and continuously. That is why we can experience that we are brought into existence that is obviously taking place in our eyes and available for our experience. And physically, if we look at the beginning of our existence in this world, we definitely understand that the one who created us brought us into existence and continuously making it subject to to change. It really, the Creator is really uh, demonstrating us that it is not a problem at all to bring you into existence. And I'm taking your existence back and giving another one, giving another one. A whole your life is continuously coming into existence and taking it away. So we say, how do we understand that we will be brought before God? Uh, do you have any answer to this? Just try. How are we going to be brought? How are we going to be sure that we will be brought back before our Creator, the one who gave existence to us? Any idea? So while we are thinking, uh, I understand that if we are sure that we are brought into existence, we have been brought into existence always anew, anew, anew. The previous ones, where did they go? The answer is do you know where I am arguing this? Do you know where did you come from? Do you know? Have you ever thought of where did you come from? Oh, I am given existence. I don't know where I came from, but definitely the one who gave me my existence must be the one who gave existence to the whole universe. So I am experiencing the universe and I am communicating with the universe. And also, the universe is subject to change as I am. I am getting old and I'm giving a new existence as we compare it with the previous one, and we call it elderly or older creation in the form of elderly existence or elderly existence. We call it, but in fact, everything is brought into existence. Where did we all together, the whole universe and myself, come from? We are brought into existence by the one who gave existence to the whole universe. That's very simple and very logical. And there is no other way to explain the existence of everything, including myself, in it. So where am I going to be taken away, as I am always being removed from current or present existence and going? Where am I going? The answer is, anybody who would like to try to give an answer, where are we going? Or where are we being brought? Any idea? Okay. I will give my understanding. Wherever I came from, the same source of the one who gave me the existence is taking me away. So we will see quite a number of further ahead in the verses, quite a number of ayat, verses of the Quran will refer to beginning of existence in order to explain some uh, questions that human minds ask. So here is also, we came from, wherever we came from, the same source is taking us away. That's why we can definitely understand that the one who gave us existence, perfectly preserving our existence, previous existence, because we know that at every moment we are given a new existence, and also at every moment our new existence preserves the imprints of the previous existence. It means we never, our previous existence have not been forgotten definitely, because I'm preserved in my general characteristics, although changed a little bit, but preserved my general characteristics. It demonstrating that I changed you, but it doesn't mean that I lost your previous existence. So I am preserving it. So if the one who's really demonstrating that he is preserving me, definitely he must be also not only preserving my existence for nothing. He will say, okay, here are your life story. So here is your life records. And I will be there with all my previous life experiences recorded in an existence so that I will be taken into account. Why? Because I have been given free will. Why am I given free will? To make choices. When I make choices, what happens? I am preferring something to another thing. So deliberately, this freedom of choice, free will, is the best example, to my understanding, that I am going to be taken into account. Exactly in this, our social life, in our social life, we do the same thing. If someone is given freedom of choice, and this freedom of choice brings the responsibility, whatever the position we are, it brings the responsibility. And why are we getting responsibility? Because we are going to be taken into account for what we have been doing. So, what we have done during our life in this world. So, as usual, we try to understand the verses as related to our present life. So, what I understood generally from my uh, previous readings, and I shared it. Would you like to make any comment, question, concern, whatever you want to make and state and share with us here? Otherwise, we will move on to the following verse. Right, we are 50 and verse 54. فَالْيَوْمَ لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون. That is also really excellent. So it means, okay, let me do this. No. Today, no human being will be wronged at all. And you will be repaid for what you did. Now, يعملون, what we did consciously. What we did consciously, deliberately, it means we have chosen them. That is the word يعمل, amal, is conscious choice, whereas fi'l is, if it was ما كنتم تفعلون, it will include the ones we don't choose. And we won't be taken into account for our actions that we don't choose. But we will be taken account for our choices or consciously chosen actions or deeds. So the question is, how can we relate this news to us now? Are we really being taken account and being repaid for what we do now? Are we experiencing such feelings now? Do you explain whatever you have chosen deliberately, consciously, it means, and immediately do you feel that you will be repaid? It means paid back for what you did continuously. Of course, in the hereafter, the next creation is the I also love this school example because this universe is a school after all. So, of course, we will be repaid during the graduation ceremony, whether we will get the degree and level of the degree, how good it is. At the ceremony, it will be given to me, and I will learn which grade I have graduated at the end of all my work all my studies during last previous 4 years or 5 years, depending on what discipline you are studying, but also every day. Do we hear this? The question was, or explanation was here. I have shared it with you. The result of what we have done while living now, like the test results during the school days, we are getting the reward or payment back, and also a final degree at the graduation. So we have to understand that what will happen to me at the graduation day and my degree, final degree there, will be the accumulation of the test results that I have experienced during my school days. So in our practical life, that is a school example, and in our practical life, are we also experiencing the same thing as far as our relationship with our choices and the way we are created is concerned? Are we really experiencing it? You have chosen something yesterday. Are you really being repaid for what we have chosen yesterday? So you are being repaid today as a result of yesterday's choice. Do we feel that? Any answer?
Yes, we feel that.
Oh, Muawiyah raised his hand, and then somebody wanted to say something after Muawiyah. Please go ahead, my friend Muawiyah.
No, I definitely agree. I think, yeah, we definitely feel the consequences of our actions, but I don't even think it's like yesterday. I think the very same day, you can also feel the consequences of your actions. For example, like if you choose not to, not to obey like the commands of God that is meant to help you, and you go to whatever you want. Let's say you go and drink alcohol. That same day, you may experience like a backlash from that, such as an accident. Right? That's just one example. So I think it can even be within the same hour or the same day that you might experience the consequences of your actions.
I mean, you gave it excellent. Thank you. I agree with you totally. Can you try to give an example which is not related to religious duties? For example, let's say you had a wonderful view today, went out to a park or a forest with your friends. How do you feel? Yes, Mavia.
Yeah, I think an example would be like if I sat down with some brothers or some family and I had a very I had a good time. I had a discussion. We had fun, but then I got up and I left. Right? It's a very temporary thing. So that loss at that temporariness, definitely it hurts a bit, right? Like even though it was a good time, but if you're able to link it to the creator who provided it to you, that just because that temporary effect is gone, the creator will continue giving you pleasing times like that into the future as well.
Definitely, it is a sign. I agree. Thank you. Excellent. For example, somebody else opened the mic and wanted to say something.
It was me. It was me, doctor. It was me.
Yeah.
I agree. I think I experience it all the time. And I would only add that you may experience the consequences practically, but I also feel like you feel it emotionally with your conscience. So sometimes the conscience acts as a warning, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And you do it anyway, and then you suffer the consequence. And then maybe afterwards your conscience bothers you, so the conscience functions as a punishment. Or if your conscience feels happy, you, for example, you do something kind or generous and you feel good, then the conscience acts as a reward. So you feel you get repaid, I think every day, all the time, throughout the day, as long as you are aware and you're holding your connection to God and you're feeling that He's witnessing your behaviors or your thoughts. This is the only thing I would add, that a lot of it is happening internally as well as practically.
Excellent. Physically also, there is a note. I love this notes or even the loss of purposes and a feeling of meaninglessness can be considered as repayment for lack of belief. Yeah, right now, yes, or disbelief or belief. Physical example is if you, for example, do something against the orderly creation, it means choose something which contradicts the things are created on the right way, contradicted. Simple example is cut your finger. Simple example. Do you feel the repay consequence of it? Immediately pain. And also pain, for example, if you hurt somebody, all what our friends shared are excellent explanations. Thank you. I'm just adding something, physical terms. If you do something that your feelings say you shouldn't do, tell a lie, cheat somebody, how do you feel? Immediately, it shows it. Immediately, it shows its effect there. These are physical actions, physical repayment. And spiritual repayment, example, I went out for a very, very beautiful forest, and I looked at it. I felt really relaxed immediately. Everything is repaid immediately. But the Quran adds something which needs to be elaborated a little bit. Description of hellfire is physical. Why? We have to wonder why the description of paradise and description of hellfire, mainly physical descriptions. For example, if I feel comfortable or relaxed by looking at the beautiful scenery, it seems to be, doesn't have any physical effect. We have to bear in mind that we are not educating our body here really. Even we may try to be healthy, we can train our body, but all we know that these are temporary things. After a certain time, your bodybuilders, for example, when they get the age 50, 55, they lose all what they have gained. But the most important human responsibility to educate our spiritual qualities, education, learning, doing good actions, happy state, or really miserable state of feelings, or really, for example, accepting the reality, arranging your life according to the reality of our existence, knowing that we are really given a purposeful, meaningful existence, and appreciating the one who gave us this existence and entertaining us in this world as his guest, the owner of the Lord of the universe. So if I am loyal to him, I will not feel guilty in my own being. I will say, okay, I am being entertained here, but I didn't deny. I acknowledge that. And I try to not contradict the purpose of my existence by using my feelings and also another reality. The owner of this universe, the Lord of the universe, is employing prophets. I took notice of them, benefited from them, and practiced their excellent life examples. So by practicing the life examples, the best living examples of the prophets, I demonstrated my appreciation of my creator, and my spirit is becoming more and more familiar with this creator as I keep remembering his favors to me. Of course, the most important of it is my existence and my life and my consciousness that I am aware of it. All my feelings I used as an appreciation of his gifts to me. They are all gifts to me. And as I used them, I didn't say that these are mine. I said, these are the gifts of presents of my creator. And I am his guest. He is my host in this universe. This is a perfect spiritual relaxation we experience in this world. So that is fine. After I die, of course, we have to remember that my spirit doesn't change, is not subject to death, as I understand. My body is continuously changing, is definitely going to die and giving death. In fact, I don't die, but I am giving death. So when I am giving death, it is called when I died. So when I die, my body dies, not my spirit. But according to the capacity of my now, as I developed, as much as I tried my best, my spirit, as the spirit gains some quality, now it means I transferred the potential of the spirit into my qualities. As the student can learn everything, but at the end, he will be given a degree according to what he has learned. Engineering studies, and he completed, he will be given an engineering degree. Literature studies, this person will be given a literature degree. So we have to understand, according to the capacity we developed, we will be given a body to function. So when we are given a new body according to the capacity of our spirit, then this new body will be experiencing the repayment. That's what we have to understand. Either new body is going to experience, of course, alongside with the spirit, the new body will entertain if he has been loyal in the world to the reality of this creation. That is called paradise. Disloyal to the reality of this creation, that is called hell, where we are going to experience the lack of entertainment. The spirit will desire it, but the body will not be able to get it. That is what I love Quranic description, saying that in the hereafter, when the people of hell deserve to be there, they will say, we used to live, we used to see, we want to see, the spirit wants to see, but we don't see now. It means eye is not functioning. They will be given a body which will not function in order to fulfill the need of their spirit. That is called life in hell. And please go ahead.
Yes. So what you're saying is that whether it's in paradise or whether it's in hell, our bodies will be transformed into something else, and our spirit will reflect what we've learned in the classroom, i.e., the universe, the classroom of the universe. So that must mean then that everybody is still different, right? If we learned different things in the classroom, everybody learns different things in the classroom, some more, some less. So that means that as a result of that, your spirit will also be different. So that I guess what I'm trying to understand in more detail is that there's differences due to our belief and our experiences in the present life. So there will be differences in the hereafter. Do I understand that correctly?
Yes, I agree with you. As you were speaking, I was carefully listening to you. I agree with you. I will, an example came to my mind. Let's assume that there is a beautiful garden. And in this garden, there are beautiful flowers. There are beautiful fruit. And there is a beautiful song. And birds are chirping and singing. Now, if somebody has developed his sense of music in this world, definitely he will pay attention to it. And he will get the pleasure from it the most. It doesn't mean that he wouldn't get anything from others, the most. So according to the speciality of a person, like me, I don't understand really music, almost not. I don't say this is a good music. I can't say this is a good music, this is a bad music, because my background, we never listened to the music. We didn't have the luxury to have a radio, or later on in my very early age, there was no TV in the place where I was born. But later on, a radio was famous. Then TV came, and then the color TV came. So excited everyone, including myself. So we didn't have any of this. So my ear is not used to music at all. So that is something else. It means, example, I wouldn't really pay attention to, but I would pay attention to beautiful birds. I love them. I keep watching them. So, and also their singing and their making dhikr. If you remember, I mean, the birds get together in one tree every evening and every early morning, and all together they say, they make it all together. I say congregational prayer they are performing, as the Quran says. They know their prayers, salat, the same word as we pray 5 times a day. Quran uses the word salat for birds as well. It is so exciting to see that. And also practically we see that really, really they do their salat in the evening as the sun uh, sets, and in the early morning when the sun is about to rise. But you cannot find them everywhere. They all get together in one tree, and this tree is really covered. You don't see from outside, protected there. Anyways, so I love them, and it will attract my attention. I will be pleased. Everybody will be repaid according to what they have developed here, which is in terms of the Quran, by using the language of the Quran. Whoever has become experienced or experts on appreciating the manifestation of whatever the names of God, qualities of God is manifesting here, they will be much, much more pleased with in paradise, in this world. Sorry, in the hereafter. Let's come to the people of hell. What quality of God they really rejected, and they were really, really obviously obstinate not to acknowledge it at all. What names of God they will be deprived of it the most. So according to how and why they did this, how they did they rejected, their body will be deprived of it. And the spirit will really starve for this manifestation. They will never get anything. Everybody will be experiencing from different perspectives, but they will be in the same garden of paradise, or in the same, if you like, not garden, pot of, or land of hell, according to their level and according to what they deserve to have. Anne, would you like to say something more? Your hand is up.
Oh, no, I'll take my hand down. That's really helpful. Thank you very much.
Okay, inshallah. Thank you. You are welcome. But I just wanted to make sure whether you want to speak or not. Okay, I think this we will our heart will be comfortable when the word says, today no human being in the hereafter, no, we said at every moment, no human being, because el-yawm, the word el-yawm means a period of time. Depends on 1 second or 1 century or 1 age. whatever you think of it, you can apply to it. But in the context, it's definitely referring to the hereafter, after being resurrected. Today, no human being will be wronged at all, and you will be repaid for what you did. I say, Amen. Yes, definitely it is happening, and in the hereafter, it will also happen according to what I deserve. I am passing to another verse, following one. Mavia, please.
I actually had a quick question. So earlier you mentioned an example of the person who lies, they immediately feel something, or the person who hurts someone else, they immediately feel something. Am I correct that you said that?
Yeah, I did.
So what about the person, and I'm just giving an example, who lies so much that they don't feel anything anymore? Like they're very used to it. How does that fall under this?
Became familiar. I understood your question. It's a very legitimate question. Excellent interaction. I'm very happy. Afshan, would you like to say something to Muawiya's question, or whatever you like? Go ahead.
I have a different question. So,
Or another question.
yes.
Okay, shall we deal with Muawiya's question as quick as possible, and then your question separately? What do you think?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Keep your hand up there, so I shouldn't forget either. Okay, Muawiya, familiarity is reality in this world. God creates us in such a way that a person tells a lie once, first time, how he feels. The second time, less effect. Third time, even less, even less, even less. And then the effect of telling a lie on his feeling becomes so, how do we say, as if he cannot really feel it, as if he is not really feeling any pain out of it. But it doesn't mean that he as a human being has no sense of understanding that telling a lie is bad. But the more we do something, the more familiarity we developed, and at the end it becomes a reflect. For example, everybody knows it. When you try to learn something, let's say the typical example, driving. The first day, it was so interesting, exciting. After 10 years, you still know that you are driving, but not the same effect. And reflections, you don't know even whether you are really pressing on the brake pedal or gas pedal. You don't even realize it. But you know that something is there you are doing, although it doesn't have physical effect on you. Even if I don't feel it, it doesn't mean that my spirit does not recognize it is not bad. But the effect of it is faded away. Now, this will not happen in the hereafter. As far as the Muslim scholars, I have to be honest to tell you this. The previous great scholars say there is no familiarity, becoming familiar of the previous experiences, and it will lose its pleasure in the life in paradise. But as a result of Allah's mercy, because they give references to some hadith narrations, I don't really deal with this subject here because I am very much fond of studying the Quran as related to our present day life. But this is the subject now I have to be honest and bring it up to you and share it with you. In hell, God's mercy, they will develop a kind of familiarity so that they won't feel as painful as their life in hell in the course of time, but it's a long, it is a permanent experience. So permanent experience, we cannot say 1 year, 2 year, but I mean, the year, the concept of year, concept of day belongs to here. In the hereafter, this concept of day and time will disappear. There will be something else, maybe timeless experience of creation. We will go there and see, inshallah. But in the hell, mercy of Allah, God, will treat them with familiarity in hell, not in paradise. That is what the classical scholars mentioned. That is what I can say. What do you think, Muawiyah? Would you like to share something else, or how would you like it?
No. That answered my question. Thank you so much.
So spirit recognizes it, definitely. But first day you drive, it has an immense effect on you. Now you drive after 10 years, 20 years, you don't even notice that you have driven your car today. But if somebody asks you, you know, oh yeah, I went out today to do some shopping and buy car and came back. Yeah, I drove car today. Yeah. That is what we know. But the effect is, this is the result of Allah's mercy, actually. We develop familiarity and reflection in connection with the universe. For example, the baby, when the first time he could do something, he's so excited. But later on, he will be doing it every time. He won't get the same effect. That is the mercy of Allah, that we don't really get always excited in our life. We got familiarity, and our life in this world goes smoothly without realizing that even we are living in this world, really. We think that we take our life for granted in this world. Afshan, please go ahead.
Doctor, very often in this class, when we talk about resurrection, we talk about the body will, when the spirit is resurrected, it's given a new body. It must be given a new body because the spirit cannot function without the body. But I always feel a little uncomfortable. How do you conclude that it must be this way? Because sometimes I think, well, I don't know what will happen in the hereafter. Is it possible for the spirit to function in a different manner than here, to function without a body? This is like a minor point, but I never feel so comfortable with it.
Okay. There is a comment. First, before I forget it, I have to say something about it. Why are we saying that familiarity is mercy in hell? In hell, because there are some hadith narrations that I don't want to go into details. So because of these hadith narrations that the Prophet describes the life in hell, how mercy of Allah will be in favor of these people after they get their share, what they deserve. So that is why the scholars explain it in this way. Now, the universe is created in such a way that as my reply, whether it is satisfactory or not, I don't guarantee. To our friend Afshan's question, the universe is the example. Example of what? How God is going to treat us. And he shows, demonstrates here examples and also his manifestation of his qualities in such a way that we understand, the one who does this must be merciful. So it is a sign. I have no other evidence apart from the example of the universe and description of his verbal explanation. We see that verbal explanation of the hereafter in the revelation are also presented to us through the examples of this world, the way it is created. Hell is described in terms of this world. Paradise is described in terms of this world. And we are being trained in terms of this world. For example, a person has been trained as an doctor, physical doctor, in interior specialist. In the school, in practical life, he is going to do it. That is why we are giving this kind of life, so that we are experiencing what we have learned here. So wisdom requires, God creates everything with wisdom. Wisdom requires, as far as our experience with the universe, as well as our experience with the revelation. They both describe the next life in terms of this world, and we don't have any other evidence, any other signs presented to us by our Creator that we can have a reference or point of reference. We don't have. So we are given this capacity, and within this capacity, we have to reason or use our capacity as much as the data is presented to us by our Creator. I cannot speculate with no evidence whatsoever. It is not, as there is no sign that this, irrelevant speculations without any sign in the creation, and also in the news of the Quran, there is no irrelevant offer we receive in the Quran which is not really confirmed by the evidence of the universe. So we cannot speculate with no point of reference at all. So by using the all available data, we can say spirit is not operating without body. That is why the resurrection in the Quran is described as resurrection of body. No way in the Quran you can say resurrection of, there is a sign that resurrection of spirit is going to take place. It is not mentioned in the Quran that the death or spirit is subject to or will be subject to death. But the data in this work demonstrates that if body doesn't work, spirit doesn't function. And it is only our expectation from God's wisdom and understand that I have to prepare my spirit in such a way that this spirit will need a higher degree of body than I have here, so that I will entertain my higher understanding of manifestations of God's names in the next creation. So I am very much eager to really receive my new body, which will enable me to see, for example, how the infinite wisdom of God is manifesting in his actions, in his creation, how infinite beauty of God manifesting himself. Because, inshallah, it is the case. I believe that God's manifestation of beauty must be infinite. I confirm it. I appreciate it as much as I can see here. Anything beautiful, I see this is only a fraction of God's beauty, because he can manifest it in many, many ways, in everywhere and at every moment. So, do we, to say this in the hereafter, definitely God promises, we will resurrect you, we will resurrect you, we will give you a new body, and the example of body is given through the plants. The spirit of plant is recorded, preserved in the seed of the plant. And the Quran says, we will bring you out of the earth as we bring the plant out of its seed. So the universe is witnessing in this way. The Quran is demonstrating it in this way. There is no other point of reference for us. And that is why my spirit hopes that I will be given a body which will experience the absolute manifestations of my Creator as I believe it in him in this world. That is what I can share with you, my friend Afshan. You always ask good questions and make comments. What do you think?
Thank you. It was very helpful. I'm clear now.
Inshallah. Okay, I think the time is well up, so we can stop here, and inshallah, we will continue next Monday, and I will all see you, inshallah, all tomorrow at the same time at 6 p.m. in Zoom. If you are in New York and close to New York, in person, I love to see you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة.